Hi everybody, it's me, Curry T, and in this video we're going to be talking about how bad days and good days on the process to healing, to manifesting, to changing your self-concept is all part of the journey. And I know that when you're in this journey, when you're on this journey to creating something, or you're wanting to change your self-concept, you're wanting to change beliefs about yourself, you can get into this cycle of feeling really down on yourself when you feel like you just can't get out of a mental rut and you've had a bad day and you've been spiraling, and then you end up beating yourself up and thinking that you're doing something wrong and that you're manifesting something bad happening. And I just want to let you know that that is not the case. It's not the case, because bad days are just part of the learning process. We have to sometimes go backwards to revisit where we were before in order for us to progress and see the contrast of what we were thinking, the way we were thinking before, the way we were feeling before, so that we can be propelled into taking new action and so that we can forgive ourselves again and again and again. And honestly, this journey is literally about forgiving yourself again and again and again and again, because you're human. And the mind is honestly just trying to protect you. Your mind up there, it's doing its thing, its absolute best to protect you from emotional or physical pain. And it's using your memory as a resource for how to do that. All it's got is your memory and your experiences and your awareness. It's awareness of who you've been in the past. But when you're changing it, it doesn't know yet what you're about to experience, because we learn through experience, don't we? And when you're changing your self-concept and you're manifesting something that you haven't yet experienced, you are taking a leap of faith and you're trusting in yourself to change the story and change the narrative. And you're having to basically fight with your survival brain, which is trying to protect you from experiencing emotional pain again. And this survival brain is really, really strong, okay? So sometimes it's going to win. Sometimes it is going to absolutely take you down a rabbit hole. That is okay. All you need to do is bring the awareness and the self-compassion and the self-love to be able to see, okay, yeah, I see that my survival brain was really trying to do its best today to keep me safe. And you can feel it. I know what it's like. You feel it in your body. You feel the anxiety. You feel the stress. And then you see some content online that's saying thoughts create. And you're thinking, oh my God, well, if these thoughts are creating, then I am screwed. And I just want to say that this is just really unhelpful, isn't it? And it really isn't the whole picture. It just isn't the whole picture of the process of manifestation, because actually thoughts are one thing, feelings are another thing, and intention is another thing. And overall, you have the intention of growing and changing and learning and evolving into a new version of you that feels secure, loving, trusting, and abundant within yourself. That's your intention. That's your overarching intention here. You know that. Your higher self knows that. The universe knows that. Let's just say that the universe knows that that's your intention. Your mind, on the other hand, your survival mind, doesn't care. It doesn't care. It just wants to keep you alive. So it's gonna throw up lots of thoughts to protect you. Also, your nervous system comes into this, okay? Your mind is going to be reflecting what your body is feeling. So often you'll have more negative thoughts if your body is stressed, if you're under a lot of stress at work, if there's a lot going on, if there's a lot of change and transition. Your body will feel more dysregulated because there's more going on. So often what it is that you've got to notice where you're feeling dysregulated in your body and think, oh wow, yeah, my body is actually really dysregulated. So of course I'm having some negative thoughts, because your mind is just reflecting what your nervous system is doing. And if your nervous system is activated, there's a lot going on, there's something that's been triggering that maybe you need to work through, your nervous system will respond. And you can use your thoughts actually as a clue to what's going on in your nervous system. And then you can work from the body rather than the mind. And often what happens is that when you're thinking negative thoughts, you're going, oh my God, no, I'm going to create all these things. Then you try to outthink the thoughts when actually the problem is where your nervous system is, where you're feeling dysregulated, where there's stress, there's change, there's transition, there's something that was triggering, maybe a trauma from the past that actually needs to be soothed and loved and regulated again. And then your nervous system and your mind will reflect that. You know that whenever you've talked to someone, whenever you've cried, whenever you've got out your anger or your frustration, or you've talked it out, or there's been some kind of release of the emotion that you have in your body, your mind will then reflect that change. And you know what it's like when you've had a big cry and you actually feel a bit better, and then after that your thoughts reflect the new state that you're feeling in your body. So this is something that you can use to regulate yourself. This is something that you can use to notice when you're having negative thoughts and just not take them so seriously and not worry about them manifesting, because your intention is to change your self-concept, and you have the awareness to be able to see, yes, I'm having negative thoughts at the moment. They're not me. That's my survival brain which is trying to protect me. So I'm not going to identify with them and take them too seriously. Now what I'm going to do is work on calming my nervous system down through expression, through releasing your anger, through punching a pillow, through going for a walk, through going for a run, whatever it is that you want to do to release that tension in your body. Do that, your mind will reflect that change, okay? And then you know that you've done something about those thoughts, and therefore that's it. That's all they were there to do, just to protect you. They're not going to become anything else because you're not fueling them with your behavior or your, emotional energy being put into that thought cycle, which actually just needs you to break it. So in my last video as well, I was talking about how committed you are to the old story or the new story. And I think that might have been triggering for some people. And actually I did get a couple of messages saying that they were like, but I am committed to the new story. And I think what I wish I said in that video was that actually it is really normal for you to have days where you feel like you've gone a bit backwards, and you are committed to the new story. That is your intention, and that is where you're going. But it's also okay for you to notice when that old story crept in and you went, oh, for a minute there, I remembered what it's like to be committed to that old story. I remembered what it's like to really be in that old story and see it, and then go, I'm not committed to that old story anymore. I'm going to work on my nervous system. I'm going to regulate myself, and I am going to be committed to this new story. And you do what you've got to do to get yourself into the new state where your thoughts will reflect that change in your nervous system. You are committed to the new story. It is normal, so normal to have some bad days where you feel like you've gone backwards and everything's gone wrong and you dip right down. It's just part of the process, and it will get less and less and less as time goes on. The more that you practice this, the more that you keep noticing, keep that awareness, that mindfulness of what's happening in your body and in your mind, so that you can redirect it through awareness of your body and your mind to where you want to go. And this is the journey, right? It isn't linear. It's messy. It's so messy. And actually it's so unique as well to you. It's a journey that is only yours. And the way that we go through it is through life's experiences and our personal triggers, which lead us to our truth. And your personal triggers will be different to someone else's. You might resonate with someone else's story or someone else's triggers, but the life events that bring those triggers to you will be different because your life is so unique. And that's why it can be so confusing sometimes, and it can be so lonely, and it can feel like no one understands us, and it can feel like we're going backwards, and we can be looking for hours on end for content that makes us feel like we're understood. And I really hope you're feeling understood listening to my videos, and if you do need some one-to-one support, I am here for you. And that is why coaching is actually such an amazing thing, and why talking to someone and having that reflection is actually a necessary part of this process, so that someone else can reflect back to you when you have spiraled down, what's happening, what your belief system is doing, and show you how you got there and guide you back to your new story, guide you back to yourself again, your authentic self. And this is what I do with all my clients, and over the last year and a half, it's been incredible to learn from you, with you. I think you guys have taught me so much, and I noticed recently a different type of response that I've been getting from my clients and in my groups, and it feels like I've changed so much over the last year, I really do feel like I have learned so much as a coach, and I have a lot to offer people now through the experience of coaching hundreds and hundreds of people and seeing so many transformations now. There are so many things that everybody does actually have in common, despite the fact that we're all unique and we all have our own triggers and we all have our own story and we all have our own things that we've been through. There are things and questions that I've been asking that have been really, really transformational, like in some of my recent videos. And I've really loved doing that. So if you do need some guidance on understanding yourself and how you got to where you are now and how you can get to where you want to go, that's why I'm here. There are lots of ways to work with me at the moment. I've got my live group sessions, which there's one happening on Saturday, this Saturday. It's called You versus You, and it's all about understanding the voice of fear and the voice of shame and moving from that to your authentic, confident you, your authentic self. And I'm going to be sharing a presentation about how you can notice when that's happening within you and how to really feel into your truth, how to really feel into you, the person that you want to be, your empowered you. So I'm really excited to do that on Saturday. If you'd like some more information about that, you can find it in the link below. There's also my manifesting session happening on the 1st of January, which I'm very excited about. That's going to be so fun for us to all manifest together for the year ahead. And I've obviously got my one-to-one sessions, which are still on my website at the moment, but will be shifting, and my Manifestation Masters Academy, which is my thing that I love the most, and would love to see some of you guys. There's going to be some spaces opening up on that really soon, so keep your eyes out for that. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. As I say, bad days are normal. They're part of the process. We have to make mistakes. We have to do that in order to learn. You know that from school, right? When you were doing algebra back in the day and you made some mistakes, and you had to make those mistakes to be able to see how to do that puzzle correctly, right? You just had to go back and do it again. And sometimes you got loads of them right in a row, and then you made a mistake again. And you thought, why did I do that? And you learned by doing it again, by making those mistakes, correcting them and doing it again. And it's about having self-compassion and self-awareness again and again and again, so that you can love yourself through this process, because it isn't easy all the time. I know some people make it look really easy and make it look like you should but just be thinking like this, or you should feel a certain way, but actually there's no shoulds in this. There's no shoulds in this. You are where you are, and everything that you feel is right, and everything that you feel is worthy of being acknowledged and loved and processed, so that you can move through to a more regulated state within yourself, and your thoughts will reflect that, and then you will feel like you're in a state of flow, and you can trust yourself and trust your body, trust your emotions, and trust your higher self. Okay, because it's not a case of just thoughts create, thoughts create, thoughts create. There's more to it than that. As I said, there's more to it. There's your intention, there's your awareness. These are your protective layers, right? Your protective layers are your intention and your awareness, and what you do with that awareness, okay? And you guys who are on this journey, the people who find me and find my channel are on a journey, and they do have awareness. I know you do. I know you've watched not just my videos, but other people's videos. You've been searching for answers. You've been trying to understand yourself, and I get it, because I've done the same. I still do the same. I'm on a journey too, you know, and you're on the right path. We're all on the right path. So accept the bad days. Tomorrow's going to be a better day. Tomorrow you get a blank slate and you get to start again. You get to wake up in the morning and decide how you're going to live the day, and what you're going to do with your awareness, and how you're going to regulate your nervous system, and which story you're going to live in. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you'd like any more information about anything that I do or how I can help you, then please find all the information in the links below, or send me a direct message or an email, and I'll see you in the next video.